Hey guys, today on Rich with Cars, I'm going to bring you 2021 Tesla Model Y dual motor. I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of the exterior, interior, I guess you could say powertrain, because once again we got another electric vehicle, and then some of its practicality in terms of cargo volume, and then finally driving impressions. And oh yeah, let's not forget, today I got a guest who's the owner of this Tesla Model Y. We got Andrew Lakemaker.
Hey, what's up? You're filming me while I'm filming you.
Oh yeah.
You're filming me while I'm filming you.
So,
let's
get to it. Let's dive in and take a look. So the Tesla Model Y first got released in 2020. It was unveiled in 2019. But this particular one marks the first year, which is at 2021, where the Tesla Model Y actually got released as a 7-seater. Now we're gonna go quickly around this car to show you some of the exterior design features and show you guys what I actually like and dislike about it. It's got a lot of similarities to the Model X. So starting off here with the front, this is a typical Tesla design feature where you have sort of like a, as you can see from the side profile, sort of like a flat nose, and that's mostly for aerodynamics. Since we have an electric vehicle over here, we don't need any sort of large opening over here. We do have a little bit of an opening over there at the bottom, but I can't say that I'm a huge fan of this design. There's not that many character lines on the front. You only have this character line over here and another character line running down over there, but it's not much of a character line. It's very clean lines, and of course they do this for efficiency so that it has a very low coefficient of drag. We have this new design fog light at the bottom, which is very similar to what they have on the Tesla Model S, alongside with these headlights, which are full LED headlights, and then you have the daytime running light right above that. Of course we have a frunk, but we'll show you that later on during the cargo volume overview. Let's move along a little bit here towards the side. So this particular one actually comes with the 20-inch wheels. Beautiful, beautiful curb marks on these wheels. I love how this owner just took amazing care. Him and his entire family just taking amazing care of these wheels. As you can see, these beautiful curb marks. Regardless, anyways. So we got these 20-inch wheels over here.
I'm blaming the wife. This year I'm blaming the wife, okay?
All right, I get it.
It's not me, okay?
Yep.
I kind of know how to drive. I like to pretend I know how to drive.
So yeah, we got these 20-inch wheels over here. You can see the calipers here in the rear. I'm not too sure what sort of size brake discs we got behind that, but they look like they're probably close to a 15-inch. It is a relatively heavy vehicle, so we do have to have good braking power, but Teslas are known to be under braked, if anything, compared to the horsepower that it has. I do like a lot the fact that this particular Model Y actually does have these black accents. So instead of having chrome all around, you do have black accents like around the mirrors, and then you have the black trim that goes around the actual windows as well, especially here on the door handles. You have this black trim on the door handle, so it kind of gives it a more sporty look at the same time. I do like this color. This dark blue color is kind of similar to some of the other manufacturers like BMW Monaco Blue, or even my Lexus LC500 Nightfall Mica. Like other Teslas, you do have this camera here on the side. What's that camera for, by the way?
It will help you see your blind spot. It will also help you when it's in Sentry mode if someone tries to steal your car or damage your car.
All right. Or this one, I think it's this one over here. This is your charge port for the Tesla. So whenever you actually come up to that car, and you can actually use the key or you can use the phone, as you can see over there. So it opens it up, and then you can actually charge your Tesla over here as well. So pretty cool, very seamless and integrated into the car's body. Let's see it close up. There you go. Very, very cool. Yeah, very simple lines on the exterior. Getting to the interior, you can use the phone app to actually open the doors. So that's unlocked right there. We also have a key fob as well, but unfortunately the key fob is low battery, so it won't actually detect the key fob actually getting closer to the car. But this is the actual key fob, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so the cool thing about the key fob that I like is the fact that it doesn't have delineations for the actual different buttons. You just press different parts of the key fob, which resembles the car's shape, and it'll just open different parts of the vehicle. So that's one thing right there that I'm not crazy about, is the fact that the door handles themselves, when you try to open it, it doesn't it doesn't pop open when you actually press it. So you have to do sort of like in a single motion. You press here and then you actually try to catch the handle as it comes out. So in my opinion, that's a little bit inconvenient. So as always, starting here on the interior, let's start off with the door card over here. So very clean design. We have all sort of, if you want to call it sort of leatherette or fake leather. If I remember well, I think it's sort of like a vegan leather. If you want to call it microfiber or Alcantara material over here, which I do like quite a bit. You have your door handle, a little door pocket over there. You could fit a 500 milliliter bottle over there. You have your window controls, and then what's really cool is kind of like in the Model S, but this one's an actual button as opposed to in the Model S. That's your door release. An emergency door release is located right there, right in front, which is actually integrated into the design. But they actually tell you not to use it unless it's actually absolutely necessary, and the reason being is because of the window itself and the gasket. So what ends up happening is, if you use the actual manual door release, it won't actually bring down the window itself automatically. So that could be dangerous in terms of keeping the window safe and not breaking, and sealing the gasket area as well. The other cool thing also is, if you guys notice over here, it's double pane windows. So that means that it keeps the sound more insulated, I guess, for the interior as well. So that's a really cool feature over there to keep the interior decibel level quite low. We have the interior over here. Let's just look at the seats. I didn't spend too much time with this Model Y, but in my short period of time that I've actually been inside of it, it's been pretty comfortable. You do have, I believe it's 10-way power seats over here, and once again it's this vegan leather. It's quite soft. You do have some mild bolstering on the seats themselves. I do like how the actual headrest is sort of integrated with the whole design. So you got the steering wheel over here. It's a pretty standard traditional 3-spoke steering wheel. Very cool thing is that you have these knobs over here. You want to call them like mouse scrollers, that will allow you to actually control the vehicle based on which setting or which control you want to modulate. So of course, through this infotainment screen, you'll choose whatever you want to do, and you can actually adjust, for example, the steering wheel height or the depth of it. So it's tilting and telescopic as well. You have your gear lever right there, sort of grandpapa style. They do this here so that it keeps the middle over here all clean without any levers or anything at all. So yeah, you have your both turn signal and wiper stalk over here, which is basically on the same side. Quite unconventional, but they do it just to keep everything simple. So since this stalk was taken up by the gear lever, they basically integrated both the turn signal and the wiper stalk over here. Controls are quite minimalistic in terms of physical buttons and controls, because everything is actually controlled through this infotainment screen right here. The infotainment alone is something pretty crazy, because there's so many different functionalities you can modulate, you can basically play around with, but it does take some time, because I know several different Tesla owners that have had their Teslas for several months, and it took them quite some time to get used to it, just because there's so many different controls. Something else that's really cool, you have a wireless charging pad over here for 2 phones. Once again, the material over here is sort of like a Alcantara. You have extra storage over here, so it's pretty deep. And of course, you got some cup holders over here. And then finally, you have your middle glove compartment over there as well. Quite deep as well. So it does give you the benefit of having a lot of practicality and extra storage space. And then finally, of course, you have your glove box over here. If you guys notice, there's no button anywhere for the glove box. The way you access it or to open it, you just press the car button over here. And then if you guys see close over there, there's a glove box. And then that's one thing I'm not crazy about Tesla, to be honest, is the fact that everything is integrated into the infotainment. Of course, it cleans up the entire interior in terms of not having any buttons, but of course it makes it a little bit more complicated, because in order to access some of the more basic controls, like opening a glove box, you have to go through the infotainment over there. So like I said before, you have many different things there. I just pressed the actual control for the air. The other thing also that, like I mentioned before, once again, you have the vents that cross all along the dash over there, as you can see here in the picture. The thing is, even if you want to adjust the vent direction, you have to do it through here. So for example, I can just change this over here, as you guys can see. So now it's going more towards this direction. If I want to switch this on from that side, or the passenger side, I basically drag it here. It's cool. Yeah, it's gimmicky, it's cool, but I think some of the more basic functions, like you know, adjusting your vents, opening the glove box, should have been kept more traditional. Of course, I can go into a whole bunch of different stuff. These are more entertainment-based or app-based type of controls, like Spotify, calendar, messages, things like that. All your basic car functions are gonna be over here through the car button at the lower left corner. And then you have a whole bunch of different stuff. Everything from the different controls. You have like your autopilot controls. You can check your charging status as well. Something that was pretty cool, because we just took the car for a car wash. You go into the service mode over here, and then basically there's a car wash mode over there, and that basically will prep the car in terms of going through a tunnel car wash, if that's it. I believe it does a few things to protect the car from getting damaged through a car wash. Of course, this car is all over the air, so you know, if you want to get a software update or anything like that, everything is done over the air. One of the cool things that was just recent update on the Model Y and also on many other Teslas, look at this. So when I put the turn signal, it shows you an angle on your blind spot on the side that you're actually putting the turn signal. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I know, for example, Genesis has, but Genesis actually displays that on they display it on the actual gauge cluster, whereas of course Tesla, since everything is done through here and there's no gauge cluster, it displays it on the screen itself. So if I want to turn right, it'll show me the same thing but on the right side. So that's pretty cool. Something else, you got the open pore wood dash over here, which I guess gives it a sense of class, if anything, or more luxury. And then finally, I wanted to show you guys a little bit the really cool roof over here. You have full panoramic sunroof. It does not open, but it does span the full length, almost full length of the vehicle. So that gives you a very open feel, and you don't feel much claustrophobia, if anything, but it's really, really cool. You cannot actually close this, the roof, you can't close it. So you do have some of the, I guess, the heat coming in, but it does come fully tinted from the factory, so that actually dissipates a lot of the heat when it's actually sunny outside. I'll take you guys a little bit also for a tour of the rear seats, and let's not forget, like I said, this is the first year, 2021, where you have the 3-row 7-seater, so I'm going to show you guys that as well. So taking a look here at the rear seats, pretty spacious here. So we do have same material on the door cards, of course, the vegan leather, the door release. Let's take a look over here. The seat is actually in the same position as I would actually have it in. So if I were to just step inside, not bad. I have about 1.5 inches of space between my knee and the actual back of the seat, so that's pretty good. You do have a couple of vents over here and a couple of USB-C plugs as well, which is pretty good. I want to show you guys how much space I got here. It seems like I got about a good 1.5 inches or so in terms of headspace, so not too bad. Now touching the glass a little bit, it is quite warm. So let's just say that if your head is touching, let's say you're taller than I am, you're gonna have a fried brain.
So it is worth noting, if you want, you could buy an accessory, a shade.
Okay.
From Tesla.
Okay, well that's cool. Good to know. Okay, and show you guys also the middle armrest with a couple of cup holders over there. So now you can actually adjust this moving forward or back. So yeah, if I move it forward, then I can move it back as well. But it's all manual. You could also adjust the back. Yeah, you can actually adjust the angle of the seat. But then also the same button, if you don't actually hold it to push it back, that same button over here, which is automatic, it's not manual, that will actually allow you to bring the seat forward and access the third row seats. Now, I don't know how much space you actually got there, because it doesn't seem like you have too much leg space over there. I definitely cannot fit in there, but I guess you can fit in your kids. You do have some cup holders over there. I wouldn't say that this is very convenient for adults. So if you have a family and you have some younger children, this could be actually a little bit convenient for the small kids, but definitely not for adults. A little bit of convenience for sure, but not the most comfortable for an adult on the third rows. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the cargo volume over here and some of the cargo space. Super cool thing over here, you do have a super deep, I would say it's about 1.5 feet depth. You do have a cover over there, but if you need additional space, you can actually use this depth over there. Give you guys a little overview over there. And then you do have extra storage space on the side over here, and then another one for your energy drinks over there as well. Of course, you can take down your third seats or third row seats, and that'll give you additional cargo volume space. And you can also even fold down, I believe, the second row seats as well, and that'll show you. There you go. Then you'll get all kinds of different space. Now I'll show you guys on the screen what the cargo volume is when you have the third row seats up, second row seats up, so you guys will see how much cargo volume we have. And let's not forget, this is an electric vehicle, so I'm going to show you guys additional cargo volume, because this Tesla Model Y has a frunk like other Teslas. Getting to the frunk, you just double click on this, and you don't even have to hit a latch or lift a latch. You just opens up. And then you have some additional space over here. I'll show you guys once again on the screen how much cargo volume you get in the front. And of course, here you could use this space to store all your different charging cables. And we'll get to this with the owner so that he can explain to us a little bit about the situation with all these charging cables. So unfortunately, guys, I can't show you anything in terms of the powertrain, because everything is stuck within the chassis itself. But this particular Model Y is a dual motor version, as I told you. So being a dual motor vehicle, you do have all-wheel drive. I'll show you guys the numbers on the screen anyways. This is not the performance version, this is the long range version. Then you do have a range of 319 miles. So I'll show you guys all the numbers anyways on the screen. I mean, you do have the best of both worlds: practicality, power and speed, and range as well. So one cool thing is the fact that you do get to, if you do install a level 2 charger at home, most of the time you'll just be able to actually keep her topped up from home anyway. So we got Andrew from the Andrew Lakemaker YouTube page. So you guys hopefully get to follow his page as well. But you know, I'm here to actually ask him a few questions about his ownership experience with the 2021 Model Y. So Andrew, thanks for joining us, and thanks for allowing me to review your car. I'm really excited.
All right. Thanks for allowing me to film you while you're filming me. I
love it. Love it.
So a few things. If you get a Tesla, make sure you get a charger at your house. That's a must. You got to get a charger at your
I'm
house.
sure it's a given, for sure, like any EV.
Then there's a few things you're going to need. I'm lucky because Tesla gave me some cables. But from what I understand, and you guys need to double check, I was told that with like the Model S and I think maybe even the Y, they're not giving these charging cables, which I'm about to show you. So just so you have a look, you see I got 2 bags here.
Yeah.
And this one here. This are all extras.
Oh wow.
I bought all these extra cables, and you know, the one I use the most is none of these.
Okay.
Okay? None of these. So please don't waste your money. If you're in North America, don't waste your money on these cables, okay? What I suggest is what you get is here. This came with, I'll show you what came with Tesla. This did not come from Tesla. This came. Believe it or not, in the summer, you could get in 24 hours about a 20% charge.
Is that on a level 1? Like regular outlet?
Yeah, regular outlet.
Okay.
So this came with Tesla, you know, the adapter.
Yeah.
And this here too.
Okay.
As I said, from what I heard, they don't give this anymore. You got to buy it, which is not cool. You know, when you're spending tens of thousands of dollars, right? This is what I believe in Canada, it is about 75,000 Canadian. In the US, about 50. Come on, throw in the cables. But what I do recommend getting, and I got this from Amazon, it's this adapter. So a lot of times when you go to people's houses, in the new houses, you will have this type of plug in the garage.
Okay.
A lot of times they have this, you know, because sometimes people need some heavy duty
appliances or power
in their garage.
Right.
So like my brother-in-law, he has an outlet for this, and I couldn't buy this from Tesla. I actually bought it from a third party on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
But this I love, and with this you can charge, just say, your full car within, at least my Model Y. It will take about 10 to 12 hours with this guy.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. I do recommend, I don't care where you go, even if this is not a lot of power, at least it maintains your battery level in the winter, because here in Canada it could get, you know, very cold, minus 20. But if you're indoors, like I said, it'll give you enough of a charge.
But I did want to ask you, this is your first electric vehicle, right? So
yes.
what did you come from? What was the car that you drove before?
Well, in the past, I was very loyal to Audi. Actually, I believe my first 2 cars were with you when I got my Audi. I had a A5. A5, right? A5.
Yeah, there's
so my first Audi was a A5, which I loved. And then I wanted to get a little upgrade, so I got an RS5,
correct,
which you helped me, you know, spec out.
Of course.
Which I loved. It was absolutely beautiful.
Of course.
Then I had a few kids, and I got an Audi Q5 diesel.
Okay.
Which I love, but I hated my diesel in the winter. 3 times every winter, the car wouldn't start.
Okay.
Diesel.
So from diesel, you went to
a Q5.
Once again,
gas. And then I wanted to get a Tesla because I had a few friends who had the Model S.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it, but I have 3 kids, so I wanted a bigger car than an S, than a sedan. So I got the Y, and I waited till the 7-seater was ready. So I got the 7-seater. The third row was really tight. I don't recommend that for long distances, but it's practical.
Right.
Am I happy with the car? Yes.
Okay.
But I had the chance to drive a Tesla Model X. If I had to redo it all over again, I would get a Tesla Model X 6-seater. And right now I'm on the waiting list for a Cybertruck.
That's cool. So how do you find the transition from going internal combustion engine to EV?
I think once you have an EV, you'll never go back to a gas-powered car.
Well, I guess that could be a potential thing for many people out there. I don't know, for car enthusiasts like myself. I would probably keep it maybe as a daily, perhaps for around town and for, you know, fuel efficiency purposes, because you don't need fuel. You just basically have electricity. And you haven't had any issues in the wintertime?
Oh, I had absolutely issues in the wintertime, but they fixed it. So I will say, when it comes to customer service, Tesla is amazing.
Okay.
They didn't downgrade me. They upgraded my car. So while I was waiting for the heating system to get fixed, they bumped me up to a Tesla Model X.
That's cool.
For 2 weeks. So I had no issues with that.
Yeah, guys, make sure to check out his video, because if I remember well, he did make a video on this Model Y not working properly during the winter months. I'll make sure to include the link below. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick overview. Thank you very much, Andrew, for answering all my questions, and I hope some of the viewers are able to get something out of your ownership experience. You know, maybe you'll get your Cybertruck pretty soon, and I'll be able to review that, you know, maybe the coming months or year or so, whenever Tesla decides to come out with that. I've already test driven the Tesla Model S Plaid. Once again, this is something that takes some getting used to, the one pedal driving, because I keep on trying to hover over the brakes, and then as soon as I let go of the gas, it just stops. So that's something that for sure gets some getting used to. Now, I wouldn't say that it's very stiff, the suspension, I haven't really tried pushing the car very hard, but just from a simple push of the go pedal, it is quite fast. Let's not forget this is the dual motor, not performance, but dual motor long range. The steering feel is quite numb, but let's just say that there's not much body roll. Let's not forget that all the batteries are located at the bottom of the vehicle, so you do get a better center of gravity. The rearward visibility is pretty bad. I would say that the rear window is quite small, so it makes it very difficult to see. So you could see the actual camera, but I mean, it doesn't make it any better in terms of your natural driving. Like I said before, the steering is quite numb. Suspension is quite soft, so you can actually change a different drive mode. So the fact that you do have a adjustable drive mode function and you do have adjustable suspension, your suspension will actually get stiffer as you drive. So all in all, it's a good family car. I wouldn't say it's a performance oriented or enthusiast type of vehicle. Let's not forget it is a 7-seater, so it is pretty good. So at the end of the day, suspension is pretty soft, but we are in comfort mode. Not much body roll based on what I've actually felt so far. Numb steering feel, and you do have quite a bit of torque because it is an electric vehicle. So at the end of the day, when you do need to get going, you'll get going. So yeah, that's basically it. Those are my general driving impressions. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the 2021 Tesla Model Y long range dual motor. Guys, don't forget, please check out Andrew's YouTube page. He's got amazing content, and I hope you guys can enjoy some of the content that he has in there. He also has a few videos. I think it's a couple of videos on the Tesla Model Y. So if you guys can, take a look at his stuff and let me know what you guys think. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching again. Thanks for all the support. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.